Hello, good day, beautiful people. I am the Inspirational Lady Noble. 365 Tarot. Welcome to my channel. I greatly appreciate you being here. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I trust you're going to love this vibe. And everything you need to know about me is in the description below. This could be past, present, or future. You or someone around you. So take the resonance and leave the rest for someone else. This is a general read. This is not a personal read. If you like a personal read, check out the description below. And I'll be happy to assist you with doing so. Remember that tarot is a tool, is not the final rule. It's a good idea to have an empty cup when you are on Lady Noble's channel and you really want to see what's up. Thank you for your kindness, your love, and your support. Okay? Be sure to tell a family, friend, and follow you know to come on over and subscribe so they can be privy to these spiritual notifications. There is no space in this place for everyone to be notified. Check in energy today. One second, ladies and gentlemen. First card that we have here collective is the Two of Knives. So there could be someone who wants you to be blinded regarding a situation or some kind of circumstance that you are involved in. Okay? So there's someone who is hoping that you don't see the eyes, hoping that you don't receive clarity, hoping to keep you in confusion or delusion. Okay? The next card we have here is the Father of Baskets. And though someone is hoping to see you in the energy of delusion, and as you see, this person sitting here, the Father of Baskets, there's a lot going on in this picture behind this person. And I'm picking up the reason that this person wants you to not be able to have clarity in your situation or receive the answers that you are seeking. There's something about your lineage. There's something about your power and your strength and your ability. This could be something within your bloodline. You could be from a lineage that is very spiritual, highly ranked. I'm picking up spirit saying highly ranked or highly ranking. Okay, you may be someone who is just now. I call it accepting your spiritual nudge, basically acknowledging your superpowers and who you are. And there is someone possibly in your family who is more informed, I would say, of your powers, of how powerful you are, of your gifts, and of the many gifts that reside within your family, even from passed on loved ones, ancestors. And with the Father of Baskets here, I'm picking up on you have a special gift or quality about you that you have. And it could have been passed on from a father figure or from a grandfather. And you could be male or female. But there's something about your gifts and your powers. There's someone in your family, in your lineage that is aware of this. And this could be the person associated with wanting you to not receive clarity. This could be something involving some kind of inheritance. This could be some information that has been hidden from you. Maybe family have collaborated in keeping this hidden from you. This could be inheritance that is owed to you. This could be a piece of real estate. This could also be the honest truth of how someone passed away. What was their cause of death? Okay. You may have been lied to, and there may have been a group of family members. And also I'm hearing family friends, someone that is close to the family who possibly linked together and decided to keep this information from you. And so with me getting assets, real estate, and inheritance, and in the passing of someone, possibly someone has transitioned through some kind of wrongful death or some kind of fatality. Possibly there's been some kind of litigation procedure behind your back, collective. This could be a baby mother, a baby father, this could be a parental figure that passed away, someone close to you, or this could be someone close to your child. You may not be aware of the truth of what happened to them, and there has been a collaboration to keep this from you. But this information is starting to be revealed, and it's being revealed because Spirit wants you to be aware. You are in a season of your life where the clarity is being, you receiving, your ability to receive clarity is being massively increased, Spirit is saying, okay, massively increased. And so it's time for you to know the truth, whether they want you to know it or not. Spirit is saying, know that you are protected. There's nothing for you to fear. And they want you to not be confrontational, though the information that you may receive may devastate you. It may even, hurt to hear. But they want you to not be confrontational. They want you to receive the information and be still with it. Receive the information and be still with it. So this must be people that you no longer deal with, people you no longer communicate with, even though it's family. Because they're saying they want you to receive this information and be still, not be confrontational. I mean, if you need to cry, it's okay to cry. If you need to feel, peed off or scream, it's okay to do that. But they want you to maintain, stay in your frame, maintain your square. Take this information and be still. So there must be something in the works. You are receiving justice. Whatever information you hear, though it may not be displayed to you or explained to you immediately, these people are being revealed. And because of how closely connected they are to you or your child, if you are a parental figure, because this may not be for a parent or the child or your child. This could be for someone just close to you who transitioned and maybe you were lied to about what happened. And I'm just picking up that there was a family, a group of people who possibly have sued someone on behalf of the deceased party, and they're keeping it under wraps. It's something about the law, this deceased person confirmation. You have some kind of rights. Maybe you were written in their will. It's something about you have some kind of connection. It was already written that if something happened to them, you are the heir, or your child is the legal heir. There is a group of people that know about this, but they're saying for you to take this information and be still, because justice is being returned to you. Every party involved, even people who knew of this and kept it a secret, will have to pay for this. This is deep. The depiction right here, the energy of this facial expression here, I want you to focus in on that. It's like keeping a poker face. But I'm picking up that you no longer deal with these people. They want you to not lose your frame. If you need a moment to yourself, have that moment. But I'm picking up you do not deal with these people. You are safe. You are protected. You may have 2 or 3 people try to reach out to you. You may have someone unexpectedly pop up to your home, trying to get access to you, trying to communicate with you. And these people who are guilty of this, they know what's coming for them. So you may have had people, though you have not been in contact with your family for some years, you may have had people pop up to your home, trying to reach out to you, trying to communicate with you. These people are fully aware that they are in trouble. They want you to get this information and once again, be still. Keep your peace. What has been taken from you, if you find out that there has been monies received on that was supposed to go to you or supposed to go to your child, that it will be returned, and these people will have to pay for it. Even the ones who knew of this, if there was anyone who knew that this family was doing this and they chose to keep it a secret, they will even receive some form of karma. You are someone collective who have endured a lot. And you have endured a lot alone by yourself. You could be someone who is a loner, loves to be alone. You love people, you love life, you're very upbeat. And you could be known for this. People could know that you like to be alone. You like to kick it with you. You're your own best friend. It's not that you dislike people, but you don't mind. You don't find it as a problem. You do not demonize or see it as wicked or evil as being alone. You're likely to be that type of person who would take themselves out to dinner, you know, and gladly order, dessert, maybe a carry out, couple of drinks, and have a wang dang doodle. Okay. The next card we have here is the Eight of Baskets. And so this Eight of Baskets here is representing, as I hold this card here, the energy of you being persistent and consistent with holding things together. Not just working hard, but holding things together, staying strong and continuously being consistent with holding your light, being consistent with making it happen, taking what you have and making the best out of out of life on a daily, and I'm picking up you could be a single parent, okay? Male or female. But this energy here represents you keeping it together, you know, keeping the faith, trusting and knowing that it's going to work out fine. I'm also picking up that you always had some kind of feeling or sensation, or I call it an inkling, that something was taking place that you were unaware of. Someone may have mentioned it to you. Be careful. There's some money on the line. Maybe during this time you were grieving. Maybe you were in a different state of mind. Spiritually speaking, maybe you were in a different space or place. Okay, maybe you were just, living your life, pushing through and doing the best you can. Okay, especially if you are a parent, maybe your life was busy with your child or with your children, maintaining, trying to keep your head above water. These family members could also be extremely aware of you being in some kind of economic hardship, being in lack, being in need of a helping hand. They could have gathered and maybe mocked or laughed at the situation that you were going through while reaping these benefits, this money, or some kind of settlement, or I'm hearing wrongful death lawsuit. Okay. You may have ran into a few of these family members here and there while you were out running errands or maybe shopping. Uh, and I'm picking up that maybe you have noticed that when you see these people, you speak, they speak back, but they look afraid when they see you. They look afraid and frightened. Everyone that sees you look afraid and frightened and nervous. I'm also picking up on someone that you ran into that may be related to the deceased party, who may have ran and they were so nervous and afraid because they were aware of what's going on, that big money has been received, and the plan was to keep it from you, keep you from knowing. A lot of things, collective, is public record. If this reading resonates for you, you should go to your courthouse or get online and do some research. A lot of these, this, if if you're in this, if this resonates with you or for you, a lot of things and information is public record. There's a lot of people who would back that up. You don't have to. It's not hard to tell if you want to look deeper into this. Wherever you live on the Mizab, wherever you are tuning in, watching this message in this moment, you'd be amazed of how much information is out there that is public information and wouldn't cost you a dime. Hint, hint, wouldn't cost you a dime to find out, especially if this has took place, to simply notify the courts. But I'm hearing that whether you do research or not, that these people are going to be found out and they're going to pay dearly. There could be people afraid right now in this moment that they're going to go to prison. The next card we have here is the garden here. And so Things were going very swell, for this family, for this group of people. I'm picking up people have been shopping, buying things, houses, cars, spending to the last drop. I think that's Blue Trail. That's an old song. Oh, okay. They've been spending, 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 having a great old time, and you've been busy maybe grieving, getting over grieving, rebuilding yourself, reestablishing yourself in your life. So while they were in the garden, that doesn't belong to them, you were in your own personal garden, building up yourself. So you could be in a better place spiritually and emotionally right now. You could be much better than you were. I'm picking up maybe 2 to 3 years ago. You're more confident, you're more wiser, you're more stronger. You are very stable, okay? You are a great parent, whoever you are. You have a very strong connection with your child, okay? And because you have been MIA from this family, they already know that you're doing well, okay? You could have been gone, like I said, for 2 years, 3 years, maybe 4 or 5 or more, okay? You have been like MIA and in no communication. They know that you are alive. They know that you are well, but you are not desiring to communicate with this family. There are several reasons why you don't communicate. Several reasons, not just this money situation here, not just the stolen inheritance. This is just one situation, but there has been a lot of misuse and disrespect and disregard of you periodically, even from a small child. And I'm picking up, you just became fed up and you decided just to cut off ties because there were no good fruit to. Ooh, oh wow, there wasn't any good sweet apples on the tree. So, you came to an understanding that you can only save yourself. And so you chose to do that. And also your child, if you are a parental figure, you have children, okay? You could have one child, you could have two or three, okay? You chose to break away so that you can begin to break some of those generational curses that your family did not care to address nor resolve. Obvious things such as self-love, abundance, prosperity, being in proper alignment, going through a self-awakening journey, walking in your purpose unapologetically. Maybe when you were around these people, they gave you this feeling or sensation as well. When this inheritance came across the board, this ooh, unexpected money, that was not a coincidence. That was confirmation. So you may receive, I'm not getting the date or time, you may receive notice that there's some form of money that is owed to you. You may receive a letter in the mail from a court saying that there's something owed to you or someone wants to see you. Make sure you have legal representation if you're going to be in any kind of procedure regarding money or any court procedure for that matter. Even if it's just an attorney to sit in a meeting with you, maybe they just want to distribute something, but make sure you have representation. Make sure someone isn't trying to hush you up and give you pennies and there is way more owed to you. Because I'm picking up someone is trying to avoid going to jail. Okay. So maybe, you don't want no one to breadcrumb you and, just to keep themselves out of prison or, being exposed. But this energy here represents how your family, even as a small child, may have made you feel. A lot of negative energy, a lot of negative projection. These were people you could not trust. A lot of envy and jealousy, even as a small child, even when you were a teenager, as you started to develop, male or female, into, the person that you have became or that you are, as your aesthetics start to change, your facial features. I'm also picking up, you felt very distorted around this family. And it's taking you some while. Yeah, it's taking you some while. But you finally, you draw the line in the sand. It's finally over. You're done. You'll never look back in their direction, and it's really for your highest good. Spirit is saying for you to continue to move forward in order to progress, in order to be happy, in order to live a life of abundance. All that was taken will be returned to you. Okay? This family is a very dark family. They don't believe in spiritual alignment. They don't believe in motivating or encouraging one another. This is a drab family, whatever that means. They don't believe in showing affection, hugs, kisses, how you doing, love you, I'll be there to support you. This not that kind of family. This is a family that lacks harmony, lacks love, nurturing, support. It doesn't exist in this family. And you knew it and you stuck around for a long time. Could be because you were a parental figure. Maybe you were trying to give them a chance because of your child. You could have been at a point in your life where you said, I'm going to, give my child a chance to, but you were out of there fast. You hear that? Confirmation. I'm going to give my child a chance to know their family, but you found out that there were no changes being made. So basically, there was no reason. What's the point of sticking around? When the mother ain't mother, and the father ain't father, and the sister ain't sister, and the brother ain't brother, and the cousin ain't cousin, and the loving ain't loving. What's the use? There's no unity. There's nothing but hate. Of being around any group of people for that matter. What's the point? You had enough of being the fool and being foolish, so you chose to take your power back. And you now, you have high self-esteem, not arrogant, not haughty, but you're very confident in yourself, okay? You could be someone who is very appealing to the eyes, very nice looking. Also, someone who likes to dress nice. You take very good care of yourself. I'm hearing good hygiene. Good hygiene. The spirit guys say, yeah, good hygiene, okay? You take very good care of yourself no matter, what your tax bracket is or whatever you were going through financially. You have always taken good care of yourself. People know you to be neat and clean and orderly with your house, with your body, how you maintain your child or your children. When they see you and your kids or whatever, you're clean, you're together. It's not about the brands or the labels. It's about how you take care of what you have, you know. Yeah, I'm hearing good hygiene. Okay. And so I have the Nine of Wands here, and then this represents perseverance, the Nine of Wands. This is someone who's been bruised, but they're not broken. You were able to make it through all of these situations here, all of the betrayal, the deceit, all the heartache, all the laughter, people mocking you, making fun of you, not wanting to help you, looking down on you, wishing and hoping to see you lost and without. Okay? Collective, I hope you continue to move forward. And if anyone was to try to reassert themselves into your life after you have broke this connection, Spirit has already said for you to keep those ties severed, but do not allow these people back into your life because I'm holding this card and rattling on because I'm picking up some things that I'm just not comfortable saying. They're too cruel, they're too diabolical for me to even, such as debauchery, that and people being handsy with people. It's too much for me to say. It's too much. Make sure you keep these people away from you and out of your life. You're not socially obligated. You're not indebted to anyone. Okay? And let no one come to you with those fake pretend conversations. They see that you are resilient. They've had enough of your time. You could be in your late 20s. You could be your 30s, your 40s. Okay? They've had enough time. They've had their moment with you in life. It's time for you to move on and allow this new energy to enter your life. And the only way this new energy can enter your life is for you to keep the old karmics away from you. Because this new energy cannot reside with the old energy, okay? It will taint the situation. It will taint the opportunity and the blessing. That's the whole goal of whenever you're working on progress. I'll use a relationship, a karmic relationship. The one where you say, we've been through so much. Yeah, we've been together forever. We've been through so much. It's funny. I key when I hear that because the thought of you admitting that you've been through so much, that means that you're receiving the spiritual nudge and the spiritual notification to let this person go, but you're refusing to do so. You're telling the universe you're not done yet. You're telling source you're not done yet. You're telling your ancestors you're not done yet. You're telling yourself, I have not learned the lesson. So I'm going to stay on this hamster wheel, moving but going nowhere fast. And go nowhere. You're going to self-inflict stagnation and you block all your blessings and favor and opportunity by the time you look up because the clock keep moving, the calendar keep moving, your life has gone, you're older, you're up in age, and you didn't allow yourself, you didn't chose to self-sacrifice just to be in this unhealthy relationship. Meanwhile, blocking out eons and eons of favor and opportunity of prosperity and abundance, and that opportunity of meeting the right person, someone to give you that reciprocity, someone to show you respect and consideration, whether you're in their presence or not, someone who is emotionally available, so don't allow it. Don't allow these people back into your life. Leave them where they are. They have not changed. You chose to come here. It was an agreement. It's part of your contract. You're done with that. You have moved forward. And I know that because I'm picking up this separation. You have cut off some people, and that's good. I'm saying that's good. That's not bad. Keep it that way. Keep it that way. This situation with the stolen money, it's going to take care of itself. Nature always takes care of its own. We watch it season after season. Nature always takes care of its own. We're constantly going through massive spiritual shifts on different levels. So everything won't always be the same way all the time forever. Whoever have projected onto you, hurt you, harmed you, betrayed you, stole from you, plan, plotting, strategizing against you, none of their weapons formed against you, collective, will ever prosper. It will return to sender. You don't even have to sit with a looking glass. You can carry on and keep on. I love this picture here. Watering your garden. Keep on tilting your soul. Get out your pruning scissors. Prepare to sit on your throne in overflow, in comfort and security, in peace and relaxation. Connecting yourself to relationships with like-minded energy. Like-minded energy, reciprocity, whether it's a friendship, something romantic. Source will put new people in your life that will be your family, that will feel like family. Just because they're in your bloodline doesn't mean, they're your relative. Like that tarot card I have. It says your relatives, no, it says family is those who make you feel comfortable and confident being you. It says family is those who make you feel comfortable and confident being you, being yourself and no one else. Allowing you to be yourself, respecting you as you are, and you respecting them in return. And nothing more or less is needed. If there's something going on, someone can help you. Either they can or they can't. But when you have a large family, because I'm picking up, this is a large family. And when you were going through things on many occasions, even before you became a parent, that there were people your entire life just watching by the sideline, laughing, mocking you, wishing you harm and wishing you the worst. And you were kind to these people, very giving. Someone was somebody's chauffeur. Somebody was driving somebody around a lot, taking them here, taking them there. They're riding in your car, and all this time, these people can't stand you. That's for somebody. That's not for everybody. But if maybe they're worried. There's nothing wrong with giving a person a ride. But the message is, and that's your confirmation. They'll give me certain things to say, so you'll know. Oh, yeah, that happened. That's your synchronicity there. That's your confirmation that this reading is for you, or part of this reading is for you. There's someone who used to open their heart and ride people around, take them here, take them there. And you probably drove them around with no license, riding around all willy-nilly, illegally, driving them all around the world, risking it all. That's the message. That's for somebody. Meanwhile, you were going through things yourself, having to be mindful. Maybe you had an income, but it was only enough, just to pay the rent, and nothing was left each time, but you did the best you did the best you could. You always have done the best you could. And there it is again, good hygiene. You're very neat, whoever you are, you're like a neat freak or something. I'm saying a clean house and just a clean, neat appearance. You keep everything tight and nice. Not with obsession, but keep things beautiful. Whoever you are, you keep things very beautiful. Know that anything that you have been through that may cross your mind or bother you to this day, do not internalize whenever anyone disrespects or disregards you, collective. Do not internalize it and kick yourself down whenever someone chooses to mistreat you. The next card we have here is the Five of Wands. Conflict, competition. There was a lot of conflict, a lot of competition, a lot of people wanting to compete. And you may say, compete with what? Maybe it was your beauty. I'm picking up you're very handsome or beautiful, whoever you are. And maybe you didn't have the finances, but honey, when you put that on, when you put on them clothes and you, very attractive, very attractive. And you could have had people outside of your family, like family friends or friends of family members who admire you or probably ask about you just throughout the years currently, and I'm picking up throughout the years, and they could just slander your character. People ask about you, what's going on with the collective, so and so show is handsome, or they're very beautiful, and they were likely to slander your character to get people not to look your way or not to notice you. Lots of jealousy and envy, lots of low self-esteem people in this family. Lots of low self-esteem. They didn't even want you to find love. That is terrible. Because I'm picking that up. There are people who were like choosing on you, collective. Like, where they at? I think so-and-so is a good catch. Because they were noticing how clean and well kept you keep yourself. And there were people outside of your family, out here and throughout your life, who admire that about you and spoke highly of you. But every time someone would speak highly, someone in your family would say, oh no, that ain't what you think. Yeah, they look neat and clean, but they this, they that, just make up lies on you. They may accuse you of being flitzy. They may accuse you of being promiscuous, being very open with your sexual side, male or female. Lots of jealousy and envy. Whew. There could also be a pattern in your family with women not being in wholesome, healthy relationships. There could be a pattern in your family with women or either men not being in healthy relationships. You may have maybe one or two people who actually have um, a connection, a relationship that looks like something. Like honestly, and that statement is not for everybody, but it's for those who watching it, and you're saying to yourself, "Ooh, that resonates. That is my family." You may have it may be a reputation or repetition. There's nothing wrong with being single because single doesn't mean you're miserable. Just like being married does not mean you're happy. There's a lot of married folks just tolerating each other and they're miserable as ever. That's another video which needs to be spoke on, and I may do one on that. But anywho, there may be a pattern in your family that you have been aware of, and you may have never mentioned it. You're very smart. You're the type of person you notice a lot, you see a lot, but you don't speak on everything. You're an observer and you pick and choose what you're going to speak on or attach yourself to, which is very wise. But you may have noticed, there is a pattern in my family where, there are unhealthy relationships. There's a pattern in my family where people get in connections where they accept betrayal and they choose to stay in these connections forever because maybe the person has money or they're relying on this person for emotional support. It could be anything. People stay in unhealthy connections for many reasons, and they'll stay for their entire life. I call that self sacrifice. Meanwhile, the Wheel of Fortune is here, changing your world, changing your life, helping you co create and bring things into fruition for you. The 10 represents, you completing a cycle. And so that's why it was expressed earlier several times. Make sure you keep the doors closed, double bolted. You are not socially obligated. You are not entitled to deal with anyone who is unhealthy or unsupportive. You do not need to hear anybody's weak ass. You do not need to hear anybody's weak apologies. You do not need to hear it. It's old news. The past is the past, and it's gone. No one can get it back. But these people have showed you who they are. In the words of Maya Angelou, let's just believe them and let them be. Do not allow anyone to come to you with their pity story, because I'm picking up someone may try to do that because they're so afraid. They've been stealing. They've been doing things they have no business doing. And I'm also picking up the people that they're trying to send towards you to get your attention. These are people who don't even like you anyway. And they're in your family, but you don't like them. They don't like you. And prior, before you cut the family off, you had no dealings with these people. This family is weird. And they're stupid too. They weird and stupid. Yeah, I said it. Did I just call y'all? Yeah, that's weird. Why would you send somebody to the collective? The collective don't deal with none of y'all. Wasn't dealing with you then. What makes you think they gonna listen to you now? If it hasn't happened, somebody's planning it, collective. They're sitting around planning it. They're on the phone planning it. Give them no conversation. Give them no attention, Spirit is saying. Leave them people where they at. Don't let them engage you into no conversation. Oh, how the kids doing? None of your business. None of your business. That's how they doing. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. If you need to get the authorities involved and get you a PPO against somebody, feel free to do it. That's for somebody. Feel free to do it, Spirit is saying. Feel free to do it. Because the Page of Wands, they're studying. They're trying to figure it out. Like, how can we get back into the collective's good graces? We got to sort this out. I wonder what they know. We got to find out what they know. People are nervous. I see someone biting their nails. Somebody likes to bite their nails. Someone is very nervous about this deception with the 7 here. They're very nervous. Very nervous, in their feelings, anxious, nervous, losing sleep, worried. Could be not even eating, could be drinking, staying up drinking. Now the burden is theirs. The same energy that they had you in. Somebody has Sagittarius, fire energy heavy in their chart. It's out here 3 times. The energy that they had you in, they are now in. They are now in that energy. And it's a burden. You see this person pushing? Ugh, ugh, you know? But this is a burden for them. They now have to bear all the projection that they sent you, collective. They have to bear it. It's their turn. The pendulum always swings back. Nothing stays the same. We're constantly in evolution. Metamorphosis is taking place. If you don't know, now you know. You know, ninja. Like straight up, you're a fool if you think you're gonna really run amok and nothing never ever happen to you. You're a fool. You got to be foolish. You got to be foolish. I'm just saying they had to pretty much expect this day to come. Gee, they had to, you know. I don't know why the collective walked away. They could be telling people this that they don't know why you walked away. They are playing so dumb, collective. They are playing it off. I don't know why they walked away. I just missed them. I missed the kid. They walked away because you ain't right. You and your entire family ain't right. And ain't nobody got to deal with that. And they walked away not knowing what was ahead, but they trust whatever I'm leaving is something better out there. That means that was pretty heavy if you think about what I just said. There is nothing in front of this person giving them a view of what's ahead. But everything that is behind them, they're walking away from the lies, betrayal, deceit, whether it's a romantic relationship, family, friends, whomever have left a negative imprint on your spirit that you had to heal from and rebuild from. They know who they are and they know what they have done. You don't need to hear them fake, phony apologies. That means you were going through a lot to walk into the void. Congratulations and just bravo to you down there. Bravo to you. Congratulations. Congratulations. Continue to allow this wheel of fortune to change in your life. Continue to leave access for new energy to enter your life. Whether it's friendship, romantic, business partnership, favor, opportunity, abundance, prosperity. Leave space for that. And you leave that space by not allowing karmics to re-enter your life. You don't have to give people a do-over. You don't have to give people a do-over. No, 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 no. Because these people have done too much. Too much. Just like when they were stealing, every time they decided to steal from you, because you could have been stolen from more than once, they decided to make a break for it. Spirit is saying for you to make a break for it. They decided to throw their middle finger up and say, forget you, knowing that what they were doing was wrong and it didn't belong to them. And this is a group of people. This isn't even one person. This is a large group of people that's in on it. You know, maybe one person, one or two people helped with the fraudulent documents. Another person helped compose a lie to the courts or the lawyer. You could have a lawyer helping them doing this, okay, or someone who knows a lawyer. Different people being paid off to stay quiet. I even see different people pulling up to get paid to be quiet. Cha. Nobody's life is perfect, but it's better to be waiting on something positive than be waiting on something negative. It's better to have something good in the oven cooking when it comes to life here on the planet Earth. Nobody's perfect, and then to have an oven rolling and nothing good in it. Stay focused on you and don't look back. These people are. Keep allowing yourself with the world card to begin those new cycles and keep those old doors closed. The two and the one representing a three. Partnerships, balance, and unity. That's what you're headed towards. You continue to leave the path open and clear. You're headed towards more unity, partnerships, and balance that have the reciprocity, that are healthy, that are nourishing, that are prosperous, that has a benefit, and not someone with deceitful behavior, or someone who's emotionally not available, or family members who want to steal from you, or family members who want to laugh at you, mock you, and all this slick slide. I'm picking up a lot of things that I'm not speaking on because it's too heavy. But there's nothing to return to. There's nothing to talk about with this family, these family members, all of them, and I mean all of your family. So this reading is very specific. There's nothing positive, even in reflection. I'm gonna go as far to say maybe if somebody asked you, collective, can you give me 3 positive moments in your life or memories with your family? I'm not trying to be cold, but you probably say, this will likely be your answer. The room probably be quiet. And I'm not being hurtful. This is just a message that I'm being told to convey to you. Because you're doing good. You're doing wonderful. You're doing wonderful. And you know you're doing good because you feel new. You have a lot of peace in your life right now. And it feels good to you. It's different, but it feels good. And you know it feels good. Keep it that way. Keep enjoying yourself. Every family is different. Some people have families that go through things, that aren't so harsh. Some people have that harmony and love and support, and some people don't. We all are different people. But it doesn't mean that you're a bad person because you're connected to these people. You escaped. You chose to walk away. Now you have more peace. I'm even picking up, you may even have more money now. And I don't care if it's a extra 100 or 200 or extra 50. You're finding yourself to be able to do more and have more. It looks like the longer you've been away from these people, but now this information is coming out that there is a massive amount of money, and I mean a massive settlement of money that has been stolen, but it's going to be revealed, and the whole family is in on it. The whole family. So you're already doing wonderful. You're already at peace. You're able to take care of yourself. You're very self-efficient. You're doing well because the ancestors saying you're a good parent. You're a good person. You're very neat. You take care of yourself. I'm hearing this. It's how I'm conveying the message. And it's not that you're looking for this money, but if it's due to you, yes, you're looking for it and you deserve it. But you don't have to. It's going to come to you. It's going to flow to you. You may receive a notice in the mail to show up in court or show up at a law firm. Somebody wants to meet you and speak to you. It may be, some attorney that wants to meet you and speak to you. Do not go by yourself. I don't care if you have to find a lawyer and tell them you'll pay them for 2 hours to sit in a meeting with you. Go ahead. Go in the cookie jar. Do what you got to do. Don't go by yourself. Go with legal representation. Because I see somebody trying to present a check just out of nowhere. Like, wait a minute. Tell us where it come from. Is this all of it? And when was it, when was it printed? And where it come from? And how and who and where? But it's your season to celebrate. This is your moment to celebrate. Not just because of this inheritance being returned to you, because you have done the work, you have turned over a new leaf. You know, you got the Wheel of Fortune here, you got the World card here, you know, you got the Eight of Cups, you walked away, you got the Nine of Wands, perseverance. This is your moment to celebrate. This is your moment. No more living in lack. You're doing wonderful since you've left this family alone. You are able to maintain. You're doing fine. Whether you are a parent or you could just be a single person, male or female, you're doing wonderful. And you know it. And I got to say it, you feel it. You could even look in the mirror and stare at yourself some days and say, thank you. Thank God. I'm so grateful I left. Thank you, God. Thank you. You know, you could have these conversations of gratitude with yourself because you feel the difference. You're walking in it. You know, you're on a new timeline. You're on a new level. Enjoy this newness. Enjoy it. This concludes the reading. Later.